for this first part, what I'm going to suggest is that on your computer, you do half of the screen um, with step number 2, which were the questions and the answers. So here I'm on step 2, or I go under classwork, go to step 2. I'm going to pull up my paper and just click on it like that. And yours should be filled out, but since I didn't do one, I'm just kind of using it as an example, and we're going to pretend it's filled out. So here you have your questions and your answers. Now what I'm going to do is I can go to file at the top here next to Chrome, go to file and put new window. So the new window, what I'm going to do is on here, if I go to this silver part, I press down with my mouse, I can drag it anywhere. So I'm going to put it on the right side. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So we're splitting the screen. So while I'm making my presentation, I have the worksheet right next to me so I can see what the questions and the answers are. If you'd like to print it out, that's fine too. I'm just kind of showing you so you don't have to waste paper, or if you don't have a printer. So here I'm going to go to Google Classroom. I have it bookmarked. So, but if you don't have it bookmarked, remember you go to these 9 dots. You can scroll down to Classroom. And I got to move to the student side. So I go to 2nd grade. I go to classwork. I go to step 3. For this, I already have a Google slide attachment here for everyone. So you're just going to click on it and yours should come up. Everybody has their individual one. So I was pretending to do pandas during class, but I'm going to erase all of this and pretend like I start from the beginning. So that it'll be easier when I start, or I explain it. So for when you open it, the first slide should already appear. It will be white. I have already put a background, but let's see. So it should look like this. And then in order to change the background or the theme, that's how the layout's going to look of each slide. You're going to go to these 3 dots here because it's half the screen, so it's not going to show all my options here. So I'm going to go to more. I'm going to go to theme, and I'm going to scroll through. And just to remind you, each of these they have been set up to a certain way. The only thing you can change is the color for the most part. The rest of it, like the designs, are there. You can't move those. Some of the font is different, so I believe you can change the font, but I'm just going to go with something simple. This black one here, and then I'm going to close theme right here through with the X. And then on this one, for this first slide, you're going to put number 1 here. What is the name of your animal you're researching? So you don't have to put a question on here. You're just going to put the name of your animal. So I'm going to pretend that I'm researching, excuse me, pandas. So I'm going to click in this box that says click to add title. I'm going to press the three dots that say more. And then I'm going to look right here. It says size 52, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because I really want it to stand out. So I'm going to put 70. Then I'm going to press return or enter on your keyboard. Then here to the left of it, you're going to go to the font style, and you're going to select which one you want. Remember, you need to make it so it's easy for those that are following your presentation to be able to read it. So for mine, I'm just going to press, let's see, you can press more fonts, and then there's more here. Once you find the font, you can press OK. So I found that one. I'm going to also go to this letter A, text color, and with black, you want something that will be bright or light so that it stands out. So it doesn't want, you don't want to put black in like a dark gray because it will be difficult for people to read and see. So I want like this magenta color. And then I can go here where it says align, press the down arrow and go to the second one, that's center. So I'm going to type my name, my animal name there. And then this whole spot right here is open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this box that's underneath the N, and my mouse is over, or I put my mouse over it, or my cursor. So there's a box there. And now my cursor became a down arrow. I'm going to press it down. I'm going to press down, and then, but I'm going to pull up. So if you see that line going up, that means I'm pulling it up so that my title and my box is smaller. And then once I do that, you'll see that there's a blue outline around the title box. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the line, and it'll turn my cursor into 4 arrows. Then I'm going to pull it up. And then once that's there, it's closer to the top, so then I have more space down here. And then on the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Panda. I select my font style. I select the size and put it at 24. And then I can put the color and center. It's already in the center, so then I just type. And once I've done that, you'll see that it's still kind of in the middle, but I don't want it there because I want space here in order to put a picture. So what I'm going to do, remember, go to the blue line. The cursor turns into 4 arrows. Then I'm going to press down on my mouse and pull down. So then I have this open spot. So for that, I will do another video to show you how to insert pictures. So we'll do one thing at a time. So right now we're just learning how to insert slides, how to change the font and the color, and what to input in each slide. So now that I'm done with slide 1, I go to this side right here. I go to where slide 1 is right here. I click on it, and an orange box will appear. That means it's outlined and it's kind of highlighted. So I would just press return or enter on my keyboard, and then number 2 will come up. So I have number 2 ready to go. I can change the background for each of these. So the way I can do it is if I go to background, there's a black dot, or the dot will be whatever color the slide is. So I press down the down arrow, and it'll give me different options of what color. So let's say I want this kind of color. I'm going to put, I'm going to, if I want it for all of the slides, then I put add to theme. If I just want it for one, the second slide, then I press done. So see how it's different? So here I have 2 boxes, the title box and where I'm going to write my answer. But I don't really like how it's set up because I want to be able to put a picture on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. It doesn't matter where. I'm going to go to the 3 dots, go to layout. And the one that I like to use is this second row. The first one in the second row, I click on it, and it'll be 3 boxes. If you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but first one is the title box. Then this one is to add the text. And then this one I can take out and put the picture there. So I'll show you how to do it. So for number 2, if you look here, it says, what is the habitat of your animal? So I can pretty much type that in there. Before I do it, I want to change my font size, color, and center it. So I'm going to go to more. I'm going to put it at, let's say 30. Then I'm going to change it. Has to be something that everyone can read, so I'll just keep it at Arial for now. I can bold it. I can change the color of the text. So let's put something that's going to stand out. Let's put it blue. Let's see if that'll work. And I'm going to go here to where it says align, press the down arrow, and go to the center. And here I'm going to write this question: what is the habitat of your animal? I'm going to type that there. What is the habitat of your animal? And the way you make the question mark is on the keyboard. On the left and right side of your keyboard, it says shift. On the right side, it's going to be shift, and the key right next to it on the left side has a question mark. So you're just going to press that. You're going to hold down the shift button and press the question mark button. So here, what is the habitat of your animal? Then here in this box, I can type in my answer, but I want it so it stands out, right? So I'm going to go to, we'll keep it at Arial. I'm going to change the font size, and instead of pressing the plus sign so many times, I'm just going to highlight it here. Type in, let's try 28, and then I press enter or return. I can change the color. Let's try this kind of goldish color, and I can type remember it should be in complete sentences. So the habitat of a panda is, and then I type where the habitat is. Then on this one, I have this box already outlined. What I can do is, if I click on the blue outlined part, if I click on it and just press delete, it'll have the box disappear, and I can just put a picture of a map of where the panda lives, or a picture of the panda in the woods. So you could put a picture there. So once you've done that, I'll show you how to do the picture on the next video or in class on Wednesday. But once you have this slide, then remember, you click on this left side right here where the number 2 is, click on this small slide. It'll have an orange box around it. Then you press return or enter on your keyboard, and a new slide will come up. And remember, the layout now, it records what kind of layout you want. So it's automatically gonna appear. If you don't want that layout, if you want a different one, remember, go to the 3 dots, go to layout, press the down arrow, and you can select which one you want. If you want to change the background, come here to background, go to the dot, press the down arrow, and let's say I want a green. And then if I want it for all of the slides, remember, add to theme. If I just want it for that slide, I press done. Then I look on my page here, what is the lifespan of your animal? So I'm going to type that as my title. Here, let's see, what did I use for the last one? I used size, I think 30. Okay, so I'm going to use 30 on the same one to be consistent, meaning like to keep things the same. So I'm going to go to the 3 dots, change this to 30, bold it, change the font color, let's say to, let's try this dark purple kind of. And then go to this box right here, the down arrow, and go to the second one to center it. Now I can type my sentence. What is the lifespan of your animal? Here, I'm going to go to size 28. Change that there. I can change the color. Let's make it, let's see how this comes out. Oops, it didn't change the size. So 30 and enter. And then the lifespan of a panda, or whatever animal you're doing, is, and blah, blah, blah. You write it down. You can take this box out. Remember, where the blue line is outlined, click on it and press delete, and it'll disappear. So we'll add pictures afterwards, but for now, we're just inputting the information. So for the next one, let's do slide 4. I come here, press on the slide, so it turns orange, it's outlined. Press return on my keyboard or enter, then my new slide is up. So for number 4, what kind of food do they eat? So you go through the whole process again. Change the font size of the title to 30. Bold it. Change the color to, let's say, bright yellow, and then center it. So what kind of food do they eat? Come here, change it to size 28, enter, change the color size, or I'm sorry, not the color size, the color of the font. Then I can start typing. Pandas eat blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's what I'm looking for this first part. The next